No, like I seriously had to pay like $200. I swear we had a good friend of ours who was paying more than $200 at home.
He was paying
like actually paying proper rent fees.
He was paying $200 a week.
So it was a week. So that's 400.
But
no,
he was
sorry,
with
that's
his girlfriend.
800 a month.
He was with his girlfriend, and I still was
but that's 800 a month.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Morokai with 2 eyes. We're back on every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 7 a.m. on Spotify and 4:30 p.m. on YouTube. Paying board once you're out of high school.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah, not for us.
Not for me. Sorry, I should add that real quick. Not for me, but for people, I would assume it's tough.
I was about to say, what the fuck are you talking about? It didn't hit you at all.
So, I was just chilling out. Chilling.
Do you know what is funny? When you know how I used to live in a bungalow?
Yes.
Like at the back of my mum's place. I remember I was out there for a while. It was great. Like I had my nan's old TV, which was it was a big
It was
TV.
massive,
Yeah,
that
it was
TV.
Fantastic. Got a lot handed down to live in there, and it was a massive space. Like it was like a little house.
It was awesome, dude.
It was a full on. It was
like
a
a granny flat.
Yeah, mate.
Sort of thing.
It was fantastic. And my brother moved in after I did, right?
Yeah.
And then I think after a year, Mum's like, "Oh well, look, if you're in there another year, I'm gonna have to start charging you." And my brother is like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Luke he would never get charged, and I'm sitting back
You're
like,
the favourite child.
Yeah, oh mate, I sat back and I went, "He's got a point. Like that's pretty unfair."
Yeah, but
why is he getting
have
charged?
you seen how your brother lives?
He is a pig compared to me.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't want to call him out on the fly.
Yeah. Compared to me, I feel like things can get dirty in the house, but if I have a day off, it's all cleaned without a
Yeah,
day.
I feel like you would be a really, really good housewife.
Do you know what I told my girlfriend? I shit you not. I said, if that's right. She goes, if I made like enough money for the both of us, would you be like a stay-at-home husband kind of thing? And I'd be like, I would have your lunches made on the table perfectly every day. I would take up whatever you needed. The house would be clean like none other.
Yeah.
I was like, if you're telling me I can stay home, play video games, do whatever the fuck I want, I'm just going to make you some lunches and make sure the house is clean and give you some positive affirmations every day. Mate, I'm dreaming.
Yeah.
Mate,
Living my best
I've
life.
got some people I work with and like he's got a wife that stays home, looks after the kids, and they're both in primary school.
Yeah,
So,
right, okay.
Once the kids are...
Younger age, it's a bit tough.
But once the kids are at school...
Yeah, that's true.
You've got that whole period where you're free.
That's
you can do
very
whatever
true,
you want.
actually.
You can go to hot yoga. You can have a little hobby. You can paint.
You know, the only thing that would scare me, though, is what happens when that significant other, like, either gets sacked or, like, retrenched?
Retrenched? Is that a word?
Yeah, retrenched, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a word. It's all right. You can Google it after, I swear. I know you've like...
I'm the last person to be, like,
true.
double-checking. But, so, I thought about that, too.
Because it's like, you're living such this high life, and then it's like, babe, I'm really sorry, but there's no more work. And it's like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean I have to get a job?
I really want to go back to board, but
Yeah.
I have thought about this before.
Well, we'll quickly touch on this, and then we'll jump back to board then.
If
We'll come back to the topic.
at first, it doesn't matter if you're the female or the male. I would guess that you're kind of like, okay, cool, I'll do all the work. If you're staying home and making sure things are clean, making sure everything's done, looking after the kids. What do you do if, like, I don't know, you start noticing a trend after a month you're coming home, things aren't really clean. The dinners aren't really as nice as they used to be. Like, I'll quickly tell you, I remember when I first started living with my mum again last year, great dinners for the first month. I remember every time I came home, it was fantastic. And it's because I came back home and she's like, oh, my son's back.
Yeah.
And then it slowly started
Sort of
to
dies
fall
off a bit, because it's like, oh, he's here again.
But I'm not going to bring that up because I'm not paying board.
Jeez, I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't
And
dare.
it's not my place. But I did think, if I'm a husband and my wife's a stay-at-home wife and I'm coming home to like a messy house, no dinners, yet I'm doing the work and paying for things, would you not slowly start to like build up a little bit of...
I think you would definitely get a little bit spiteful.
Oh, especially if you had a very
And
labour-intensive
you'd sort of make
job.
those like passing comments, I feel, as well.
You would.
Because you just couldn't help yourself. But it'd be the exact same as well, like if it was the wife did all the work and you were the one staying at home. Because they'd be like, really? Dishes aren't done?
Yeah.
Like, it's just something like that, and you'd be like, you have no idea I was on the roof doing the gutters. I fell off the ladder.
Land on a sprinkler.
Had a panic attack, mind you.
Had a seizure.
Believe it or not,
Had a big day.
Yeah, there was a snake in the garden. All right?
George threw racial abuse over me. We're both white, so I didn't understand it. I've had a long, confusing, upsetting day.
But yeah, no, it would definitely be interesting.
I think you would need a lot of understanding. It doesn't matter what gender you are, to have the other person stay at home and not work.
No, most definitely.
I personally, in a relationship, I would need the other person to work.
Yeah, I would prefer it. Obviously, like if you're having like son, daughter, whatever you choose to, whatever your pronouns are, I should say, and all that, then I can understand.
Good thing you played a safety card.
Yeah, you have to in 2023. You really do.
What gender are you, by the way, so I don't muck it up?
I beg your pardon?
What gender are you, by the way?
I am a...
Did you get offended?
No, I would identify as male.
Okay.
Even though I may have some female features, but it's all right. But,
easy there, cowgirl.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, sorry. Oh, don't cancel me.
I'm after you with my army. But...
I identify as someone you can't sue.
Oh, shit. Why has no one ever thought of that?
I don't know. I felt pretty good just saying
that was actually like a banger. That was good. That was very good by you. But no, bringing it back, I would just prefer my partner to be working.
Yeah, same.
Like nothing, like if they were at home, like that's cool. But then I feel like I personally would just have such a expectation of things that would be done on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And if they weren't done, I would be a little bit like
And
annoyed.
then the reverse goes, right? I would have an expectation if I'm doing so much work at home, I'm trying to get things ready. There'd be so many jobs
you're the breadwinner.
But if I'm at home, I'm trying to make my partner's life as easy as possible.
As it could be.
But I would be annoyed if they're at work fucking around and there might be like a promotion they can get and they're just like, no, I'm pretty easy right now. I'm able to play golf on the weekends. It's like, yeah, but I don't know. This could be pretty great for us. I've been up since 5 doing squats, so you can have this booty. Like.
Yeah, well, that's make a fair call. Make a very fair call there, sir. But I think we bring back to the paying board sort of side of things,
mate. I have not had a friend who has been in the middle with paying board. And what I mean by that is we didn't pay board. And I would say...
I was very confused when you said that.
My words are...
No, that's all right. You were actually clarifying it, and then, you're on the right track.
The way I like to speak is throw as many words at you as I can, and then later on, I try to pick the ones I like, and then we come together and discuss that is the see what I mean there? That was a word fucking jungle.
Yeah, Jesus.
I
think this is where I'm going to jump in and just tell the listeners... So we haven't caught up for like a week.
Yeah.
So bear with us.
So sore. We'll do a fitness update at the end.
Yeah, right at the end.
Because I'm struggling mentally. So we'll dive into that.
I'm sensing some there's some fatigue that's set in.
Yeah.
But then your pre-workouts will like push you like through the fatigue. And now you're just at like that sort of, I'm going to say like
goofy level.
Yeah. Like a really like cynical, like, I don't know what's going to come out of your mouth next. And
you better watch what you say.
I'm actually a little bit scared.
No, I was thinking the other day, like, with my girlfriend, I have the worst memory. And there's a funny, when we are watching TV shows in my room, I lose the remote all the time.
Dude, you have a remote holder.
I know. That's what I mean. And every time she tells me something, unless I put it in my calendar, I forget.
Yes, you have said this to me before.
I will forget. And it's not that I don't care. And I said to her, I was like, I feel so sorry for you if our relationship is a lifetime thing. Because if you're looking after me the way I am now, can you imagine when I'm like 80?
Oh, gee.
If I forget like I do now, oh my God.
Yeah, it's a scary thought. It's a very scary thought. But mate, bored.
Locking her in.
Come
bored.
on, bring back to that. Come on.
Nah, true. It's classic Morokai. Bored. That's right. Okay. I would say that 80 to 90% of my friends don't pay board. But the ones who did pay board were very high.
Yeah, I have sort of noticed that trend as well. It's weird. Like, I don't know if it's the same for other people out there or not. I've been talking about these amazing stories where their kid pays board from like as soon as they get their first job. So let's say 15 until they get their house, and then their parents like made like they give all the money back.
Sorry, I get what you mean. You skipped a step though. Do you mean that like say they start working at 15, they get to 21, and the parents go, here's all that money for a house deposit?
Yeah, like that sort of thing. I'm like, that is a great idea. But then I'm hearing other ones, and it's like, no, like I seriously had to pay like $200. I swear we had a good friend of ours who was paying more than $200 at home.
He was paying
like actually paying proper rent fees.
He was paying $200 a week.
So it was a week. So that's 400.
But he was with
that's
his girlfriend.
$800 a month.
He was with his girlfriend, and I still was like,
but that's $800 a month.
No, but what I mean is, the only meal they got was dinner, and I don't care if anyone comes at me for this. If I'm paying $200 fucking for board a week, I'm expecting like breakfast, lunch, dinner, not to do my laundry, any of that kind of crap. $200 a week is ridiculous.
That's just
$200 is fucking
insane.
Just
fathom me. Sorry, I'm like, wow, that's $800 a month.
Think about it. If in this house, if I said to you, you can live here, but every week you have to pay $200, and the only thing I gave you, was that you could have part of my dinner when I cooked it each night.
I'd be incredibly angry.
Wouldn't you be $200 a week, mate? That's
so angry. Because even like the water bill, I don't know. I would think, is the electricity bill here, all right? Like, you don't have to tell me the sum.
No, I'll go into detail. So what me and my brother do is, so we've got a 4-bedroom house.
Yes.
We pay $350 each a month.
Yeah, okay,
that goes together, and no matter what, bills are always covered, and there's stuff left over. So we set up an amount where that $350 each goes in, and then whatever's left over, it just keeps rolling over. And then at some point, if there's little renos we have to do,
then it's just there. It's good to go.
It can be there.
I love that. $350 a month each.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
So if you thought about it,
that's pretty easy to save. Like, that's not that hard to put away.
Easy. So if you think about it, the $200 a week that the friend was paying is pretty fucking absurd.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Especially because their whole goal was to save for a house.
Yeah, wow. Sorry, this is just blowing my... Like, I'm actually
it blows my mind too.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong. If I was...
I guess.
I can get it if maybe you're a parent who's struggling to pay the bills yourself. So it's like, hey, if you're staying here, you're now an extra mouth to feed. You're going to have to pitch in.
I can understand that. I have nothing against that. That makes perfect sense to me.
But when you're financially fine and you're charging that much, just not about it. And but also...
Especially if you use bare minimum like electricity and stuff like that as well. Like if you're like not really using a lot of like gas... Like really having like maybe 3-minute showers. Like,
man.
I'd be I wouldn't I would be extremely mad. I don't know why I was like sort of just easing off. That was really silly of me. That did infuriate me a lot. Yeah.
That's similar. And I know for us, I can guarantee if we have kids, not us together, and maybe we adopt, I don't know. But we wouldn't make the kid pay
not
for
a chance. No, because
how could
I do that if I didn't do it?
Exactly.
Maybe it's a prank, like it's a bit of a joke. But
do you know what me and you do? And I'll credit us for doing this. Our parents said to us, "You're not paying board, but you're saving that fucking money."
Yeah. No.
Credit to us. We saved that fucking money.
We did. I couldn't believe how much we saved for that joint saver, mate.
Yeah, what did we have for a year? We had a joint saver together.
Yeah, but we were like, because obviously...
for those 30K?
Some ridiculous amount. It was actually crazy.
Yeah.
And it just built up so quick. Granted, we were direct debiting, so like as soon as we pretty much like got our paycheck, it was then banging straight into the joint saver account. I think we agreed on like $375 a week. Something like that. It added up so
that's
quick.
Right. It was $375 a week.
Yeah, well, $375 a week, or you could just lump sum it for the month.
Because I did big lump sums.
Because you would lump sum and I would do weekly payments because I found that was easier for me.
Yep. And that's the best way to do it, isn't it?
It was. You actually helped me save a lot by doing like that. Actually was like almost like ticked a switch in my brain to be like, look at what you were able to achieve with a mate. Like, if you actually implemented this like yourself,
exactly,
and all that, like you could actually get pretty far ahead. But then also, you being the amazing person that you are, and I don't want to ego boost you, but
you can do it.
You're also really good at just helping sort of break down like, all right, mate, like because I do like to spend a bit of money. I'm not going to shy away from that. You do like
to splurge, yep.
Yeah, like to live the good life, and you were just like, mate, let's actually break it down. Like, if you can like visit, because I'm a bit of a visual learner. So if I can visually see things, it's actually like, oh, yeah, that's not good. And that's more or less what you did for me, though, because you're like, all right, so, and again, I love food as well. So you'd be like, mate, you've gone to Macca's this night. You've gone to TGI Fridays that night. Maybe got Chinese food this night. Oh, here's a home meal. That's good. Good stuff, mate. Oh, you went to 7-Eleven after. Petrol, phone, like Netflix, was like always. And I was like, shit, when you've broken it down like that, like, yeah, this has got to stop. And that was also a phase where, like, every single time I would go shopping, it'd be like a new T-shirt, new shoes, whereas like now, like, I'll leave with like nothing a lot of the time now.
Well, it's good because when the day comes and you're ready, you've got a good little chunk there, like a lot more than a lot of people fucking have. Yeah. So, credit to you on that one. So that's pretty fucking good. We've got to talk about the I always want to leave it to the end. It won't be every week, but we did the previous. It's funny because we did the previous episode talking about our fitness goals, right? We had a whole
getting
heap
so
laid
excited.
out.
We were like very up and about for that whole podcast. We're like, guys, we've just done this new thing. The jar's in front of us. By the way, if you haven't noticed, they're empty at the moment.
Yeah. If just real quick, people don't know, me and Lee have set up a 3-month goal where we have a heap of challenges like run 10K, Muay Thai classes, gym classes, all this stuff. And in front of us are 2 jars. And if the person doesn't complete a certain job, they have to put money in the jar. At the end of the 3 months, the other person
going to play a bit of a game.
Yeah, the other person gets a percentage of that jar.
Which we'll definitely be sure to record that and upload it.
But I know that the way this uploads, the previous episode, we're following straight on, but we haven't seen each other for a week.
Yeah, it's like a weekly catch-up for us.
I sent a voice message to Lee the other day, and we're 3 days in now. Is it 3 or 4? No, it's 4.
This would be 4, day number 4.
4 days in. 3 days in, I went, mate, I'm not doing well.
So, to be fair, though, can I add, your 3 days in were completely different to my 3 days in. Because obviously you've already done you've done already a good amount of sessions for Muay Thai. I hadn't even started like a 3K run yet or gym. My only thing that I had to make sure that I was doing was like clean eating.
Yeah.
And just doing some shoulder raises or like just like, what's this one called?
Yeah.
Shoulder raises? No. Barbell raises, but then there's shoulder press.
Dumbbell press.
Yeah, dumbbell press as well. Like doing like that sort of stuff. And I was just like, wow, he's doing it tough. Because I just had 2 games of basketball. Last night though, wowee. That was a wake-up call for me. I was like, yeah, no, like what you have done, full credit to you, because doing the gym and then running a 3K, I was wrecked.
Mate.
And because I want to make sure that my shoulders, because one of my goals are like just having broader shoulders, a bit more definition and stuff like that. I hit shoulders yesterday. So on top of doing the shoulder session, I then made sure that I did 100 dumbbell, mate, like they're shot. I'm sorry, but like doing this right now hurts.
Yeah.
Knowing that you have to do your squats and then ab stuff as well, man, I'm going to be completely honest, fuck that.
Yeah, I was 100 squats, 100 abs daily, and I went too hard too early, and I have not. And the bad but good thing about this is 2 days in, I would have been like, nah, I'm not doing my stuff tonight. I'll do it tomorrow. And I never do it tomorrow. But now because there's money involved and we're on a challenge together, I can't.
And you and I can actually check in on the other person as well. So
last night it was 9 or 9:30 p.m. and I'm doing 100 squats in the shower because I was
voice messaged me and you're like, man, I've got to get it done. This is how I'm going to do it. And I was like, credit to you. Like the commitment is unreal, and I love that from you. I really do love that from you. And then, also the other thing I said is because like, obviously I want to make sure like, yeah, it is a challenge, but I also want to make sure that it's enjoyable. Hence why I said to you, I'm like, man, do you want to like maybe revisit it after like the week, if not the month, and just be like, hey, if it's cool, mate, can we change some things?
Nah.
I
hate it. And I like, even said to a guy at work, I'm like, my body's crumbling around me and I feel like the more exercise I'm doing, I'm killing myself. But I have to do it. Have to fucking do it.
I think it's going to be cool to see the transformation though in 3 months' time.
Like, imagine if I look like worse because I've run my body into the ground.
He's aged 60 years. You got the Zimmer frame. Like,
and I thought I'd tell a funny story, right? The night before we started this, I have one cheat day, but on that cheat day, I'm going to make sure that I try not to indulge too much. It's not going to be like, it's my cheat day. Breakfast is 16 pancakes. Lunch is like...
Yeah, not like The Rock.
Yeah, it's not going to be like Brownie City and like that kind of stuff. The night before, I was like to my girlfriend... I meal prepped everything, all healthy meals, and then she goes, what are you going to do for dinner? I'm like, if I'm honest, I've cooked so much. I cannot be fucked cooking like a healthy meal that starts tomorrow. Can we just get takeout? So I get a pizza, half and half from my favourite pizza place.
Beautiful.
All right?
Best pizza place.
Pumpkin feta, half meat lovers. They're great together. Like you have one and you have the other. Like one's real filling, one's like light.
Yeah, okay, all right.
It's great. Get there. Like, oh, sorry, it's going to be another 7 minutes. That's fine. No dramas. I'm all good. Hands me 2 pizzas. I'm like, sorry? She goes, oh, well, we had your name on the system for a while, so what we did was we just put one, instead of half and half pizza, we've just made you 1 full pumpkin and 1 full meat lovers. Any other day of the week, I'm skipping out of there with my fucking chest up
Holding
high.
your head high. You're like, look at this.
Mate, look
We're
at me.
eating good tonight.
I'm jumping up, kicking my heels together, and I just get in the car with my girlfriend. I'm like, how the fuck am I going to eat all this? And how, like, I cannot leave junk food in my fridge.
Because you'll eat it.
I will eat it every single time. There was gummy worms up on display behind me.
Yeah, I was wondering what. I know it was gummy bears as well in our little display.
I want it because I like them. And then one day I caved. And
Isn't it the worst part as well? Where like you're like, there's food in this house.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where it is, but I'll find it.
Do you know what my fucking mum did today?
Oh, I did see that actually on the table when I walked in.
Walk in to like meringues, right?
And you love meringues.
Mate, it's because it's Sugar City. Nom nom. Like, give me that. It's literally just sugar. And it's perfect.
Melts in your mouth.
And now I'm fucking...
You reckon you can save that till Sunday?
I think I can save that till Saturday.
Oh, nice.
I think so.
Hang in there. You're really close.
Anyway, right now what I'm feeling, I went very hard very early on. I did a 2-hour Muay Thai session first night, an hour the next night. The sit-ups, squats, all involved. But then staying up late to do all the business side of things too.
It's the staying up late that kills you.
Yeah, and I don't know why my lower back's very sore.
Got a foam roller?
I'm going to have to do that. I've got a pre-workout that is been a lifesaver that I found the other day that this guy suggested. Fuck me, it's like this cola tasting one that
is good.
It is so much better than coffee, and I've never found one that has kept me going through the entire day. And now with the Yeti bottle as well.
Oh, shout out to Yeti.
The Yeti
If
bottle.
we could get sponsored by them, that would be elite, by the way.
That would be good. But yeah, before we go, your update, mate, how are you feeling?
Yeah, third day in.
Are we going for a run after this?
So I did bring my stuff. It's in the car if you want.
I'm going to have to.
It's going to be dark.
I know. But
that'll be my second 3K run. I'm hoping that I beat yesterday's time. If I do it.
Don't run off on me.
No, I'm just saying that. Like, I hope together
yeah,
we can beat my yesterday's time. Because yesterday I did it right after gym and I was so top heavy.
You're like, man, we're doing it. You just look behind me. I'm just like...
Dude, I was legitimately like, the camera that's near me isn't on, which is annoying. So, but basically, I feel like my shoulders were like broad out. Like I was stiff across my upper body. It's like running forward. And every single time I jolted, I was like, ow, ow, ow. Oh, but Mum had made this amazing pasta, this healthy pasta.
Thank God for the shepherd's pie she cooked last week.
That was disgraceful.
Idiot.
Came home, I threw it in the bin. And, the whole time on my run, I was just like, your dinner is going to taste amazing now that you've done gym and a 3K run. I was getting so excited. But aside from that, not too bad. Tomorrow I'll go to gym, which will be the second gym one. And then Saturday I'll be going to the gym as well. And then I'm off to Port Douglas for a couple of days.
Yeah, very good.
So, it should be fun.
Yeah, it's interesting now working around the... it's going to be interesting now working around the goals because so many times back in that, as I said, it'd just be like, I'll do it tomorrow.
You'd let it slide so easy.
And now where you're just being like, well, I'm going to have to go to the gym in Port Douglas. I'm like, well, I have to stay up till 11 to get these. I'm doing my squats in the shower, like, because we do not... I do not want to see money in that jar.
I think... I'm almost like, obviously the business goals are always like the focus, but because we're doing the fitness ones, I'm sort of like, no, like they both need to get done, but I'm always like, because there's a jar, I think the implementation of a jar, I'm like, I'll be damned if there's money in that.
Yeah,
I know it's going to come to a point where I'm going to come here and I'm going to be like, 10, 20, 30, 40. There's $100 in the fucking jar. Like, I know that it's going to because there's going to be a mishap.
Oh, yeah.
I know me way too well. It's going to be a mishap, and that mishap won't just be for the day. It'll be for like a few days, and then I'll be able to lift myself back up because I'll be like, "You dumbass."
Yeah, I think
what have you done?
There's going to be times I'm going to have to be strategic about it, and
you
be like,
really do.
going to have to put money in the jar, but today is going to be such a, like, I am not doing anything. My body is, recovering.
There is going to be times like that. And even, like you said already, like this weekend, you've got an engagement party for a friend of yours. And so it's just like, well, fuck. Like
my Sunday's shot.
Yeah, like it's fucked. And that's even me, man. Like, seriously, when it comes to basketball, like I was saying to you before this podcast, doing the shoulder things, I tried doing it prior to basketball, and all my shots were either too far or too short. But then I did it after basketball, and then it's like too late. I'm like, I don't want to do it after basketball because I've just ran. Like, I feel knackered. Mate, it is now a strategic game.
Yeah, it is.
And then on the other side as well, I'm like, I need to make sure like everything for the pod is getting done as well.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, jeez. But for the first time in like years, I had breakfast before I went to work today. Which I know might not sound massive for a lot of people because a lot of people are probably like, oh, good on you, mate. Like, I have breakfast all the time before work. I don't think I seriously, and like, aside from my days off, I don't think I've ever had breakfast. Like, I don't eat breakfast. And I haven't since year 7.
Yeah, I don't eat breakfast.
Year 7, I'm 13, 14. I'm now 27. That is actually ridiculous that I've gone that long without having breakfast before, like, school, work. Like, I just never did.
Yeah.
I just be like, what's for lunch? Like that was me. My first meal would be lunch, snack, dinner, snack, dessert, snack. Like a lot of the time.
No, I'll agree with that though. I'm pretty much the exact same. Pretty much the exact bloody same. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Morokaii. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next one.
Boom.
Boom.